the Digital Den. I'm your host, Shelby Coffman, here to do our weekly newsletter with Mr. Phillips. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Phillips.
You are welcome, Shelby. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I'm glad you're up here.
Thank you.
I feel like we get a new person every week. I love it, getting everybody involved.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's been an exciting week as we lead into fall break. How has the past week been?
It's been good. Fall break is here, right? That's once again, today is a day we're normally not here to start fall break. Usually we have this Friday off, but we're here because of our calendar. It worked out with Christmas. So we kind of had to be here today to make the Christmas break or the winter break work. So just ready to get going. I think a lot of kids, got big plans next week, and the weather looks great. So we're all going to take a little time off. I'll be here a little bit, not all week, but I'll be here a little bit, and just encourage all of our kids to get out and enjoy the weather. And if you got hobbies that you normally don't get a chance to participate in, do that. I know a lot of you all, the older kids, will be working and things like that. And encourage teachers to kind of shut the email off and put it all away for a few days and then recharge. That's what fall break's about. So, but now it's been a good week. It's been a really good week. It's the end of the 9 weeks today, so I think it's grades are going to come due for students. So I know it's been a big week for kids.
It has been. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
This week, both our band and our chorus had their fall concerts. How did those go?
Awesome. So band was Sunday afternoon. I attended that out at Driscoll's. I think he's nice enough to let us use his facilities, which are amazing. If you've never been there, it's kind of a venue for weddings and things like that. And they do an outside show. It's hot. It was really hot this year. It seemed like the last couple of years it hadn't been as hot, but we've been fortunate ever since Miss Alcorn started doing that. Or the weather, we've always been lucky with the weather. Anything you do outside like that hinges on the weather a little bit. So great crowd, a lot of parents, grandparents, family, and friends, and just a good afternoon. And then Monday night, attended the choir concert over at the middle school. They're all Mr. Mercer and the staff over there. They're always nice enough to let us use their facilities because they have that nice auditorium over there. Packed house Monday night. Got to stay around. I didn't think I was going to get to stay for the whole thing because I had to make it over to Collins for boys soccer, but I did. It was so good. I was like, my wife and I were sitting there. I was like, I'm just going to stay. I'll just be a little bit late to the soccer game. So, both of them. There's tons of kids. That's how a lot of our kids get involved, and band and choir are a huge part of our building. You're ever on that side of the building, you hear them practicing or doing their thing. I always stop in there because I love hearing and seeing those kids do what they love. So 2 great concerts. I think now they're probably starting to get ready for their winter concert. They jump right into that, get going, because I think they have some winter stuff they do. So, good 2 good shows.
That is exciting.
Yeah, it's good.
And our seniors had the chance to take their ACT again this Tuesday. I personally took advantage of that.
You did?
I did. How did that go, and when can everybody expect to hear their results?
Yeah, so it usually takes ACT, it'll take them 4 to 6 weeks to kind of get those results back. So we had about 105 of our seniors took advantage of that. And that, when I say 4 to 6 weeks, that the window is still open right now. Like the state gives you a certain window of time, and I don't know exactly what that window is. So we got to wait for that window to close, and then they'll start calculating all those. So if you're a student or a parent of a student that took that, pay attention to your email, because we will get that report, but a lot of times the student will receive that email before we even get that. So Shelby, you and the other 104, just make sure you're paying attention to whatever email you gave ACT. But the testing went well. We did it in 2 or 3 different locations here. We had it all planned out. Miss Noel, she runs every bit of that, and that's something I don't even worry about. When her and Miss McCullough, whatever they're in charge of, I just kind of show up, and I know they have it under control. But students did well. I look forward to getting that back because that can make a difference for a lot of kids. A lot of scholarship money out there. So proud of those kids for getting in there and buckling down and doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember to click the links below for our parent resources and our class pages. And as you were saying earlier, first quarter grades are due today.
They are here. I know.
Can you tell the parents and students how they'll be able to get those reports?
Yeah, so we will send those home. We don't mail those home. We will send those home with students. I explained that, I think, a few weeks ago. Cost us about $700 to mail. If we mail report cards and midterms home, and if you do that 8 times a year, that's a lot of money. So we trust our kids. We trust our parents to ask for those things. We have, for a lot of parents, it's not even really new information. With the accessibility to Infinite Campus on phones and things like that, kids that's something I've noticed over the years. It used to be when the 9 weeks started getting closer, kids would get really. But now y'all just kind of stay in tune throughout the year, through the whole 9 weeks as to what's going on with your grades. So there's not near as much panic, I guess, that last week as what there used to be probably 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 years ago. So, so we'll close those out. Grades from our teachers will be due when we get back from fall break, and then we'll be sending those home the end of that week. So they're not report cards or nothing like that. It's coming home today. Just today's the last day for work. And and then teachers will work on those grades when we get back, get those submitted, and then we'll get those home at the end of that week we return.
After fall break.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Moving on to sports, we did have some postseason action this week.
We did. So, I think boys soccer was Monday night. Ran over there after the choir concert. Got over there. Just the game had just started. Played well. Soccer always confuses me a little bit. Being a sports guy, they played 40-minute halves, and they played both the 40-minute halves, and nobody scored. And then they played 10 minutes of overtime, and nobody scored. And I'm like, man, this is. But it was really competitive. Just two good teams battling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up losing to in penalty kicks. Anderson County ended up beating us on penalty kicks. Our boys had a great season. That brought their season to an end. You know, and seeing them around the hallways this week, you know, they're always bummed when that.
Yeah.
Especially those seniors, when it's kind of a lot of them, that's their last time being on the field competitively like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Wednesday night, our girls played over there. I went back to Collins Wednesday night. We ended up losing 2-1. We scored the first goal. Holly Johnson kicked. I was amazed. She kicked a goal in from like 40 yards out. Like it was the longest goal I think I've ever seen in soccer. But Woodford come out in the second half and scored 2 goals on us. Ended up beating us 2-1. So, but we were really competitive in both games. Both teams had great seasons. Just really proud of what those kids and those coaches, you know, all of our people, but they just put a lot of time and effort into that stuff. So it's always tough when it comes to an end. So there's only one team in the state usually that ends on a happy note. You know, it's a weird thing about sports. You put all that work in and everybody ends disappointed. Yeah. So, but no, great job. Programs are in a good spot. Both programs are in great shape. Look forward to the future. We got golf. So we got golf coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Shelley is playing today. Just teed off just a few minutes ago at 8:30 Central Time down at Bowling Green Country Club. So I've got my scoreboard on my phone. There's a link to that. So we'll be staying updated with him. He plays today and tomorrow for the state championship. We'll see how he does. Volleyball had a great week. They turned the corner right here. They're going to start postseason play. They kind of, I think, finished up their regular season maybe this week, or they might have a game or two next week during fall break. But their postseason starts when we return from fall break. We're actually hosting that Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night here. We'll have all 5 schools here playing that week, so exciting time for us. So if you're a volleyball fan, get out, support those girls. It's a big time. They sound like they're getting hot at the right time, which is always good. It's a big thing about sports, is peaking at the right time, and it sounds like they're doing it. So, yeah, good week for us. It's been good. We're wrapping up the fall season.
Yes, we are. And tonight is Friday, so
Yeah.
we do have a football game
We do.
at Shelby County, and kickoff will start at 7:30, and the theme is Pink Out and Barbie. Our cross country runs in the Haunted Woods race tomorrow at 8 a.m. in Buckner, Kentucky. And after fall break, we do have a big week when we return.
We do. We have a lot going on. Like I said, we're going to host volleyball. That'll be a 3-night thing. It's always, they're fun to do, but they're a lot of work when you host those things. You know, it keeps people here in the building. So, you know, that's what people don't realize. There's a lot of these people that work these things. Coach Howie, Coach Burns, Coach Deal, a lot of our people that are here, you know, they're here at 6:30 in the morning, and we do everything till 2:30, and then take an hour break and get our feet back underneath of us, and then we become concession stand workers and custodians, and you know, we just become, which we love it. We absolutely love it. Wouldn't want to do anything else, you know. So got a big week there, and then football that week is a Thursday night game. You know, I don't know if we'll talk about that here in a minute. So we had to move it because of officials. We didn't have officials, so. Another busy week. Everybody should be recharged and ready to go, right? That's what fall break's about.
And as a reminder, we do not have school on Monday, October 16th. The first day back for students will be Tuesday, October 17th.
Yep.
As you said, we will be hosting the volleyball districts. Yep. And on Monday, we will have basketball tryouts for both girls and boys.
Yep. So pay attention to that, parents. That's critical because kids aren't in school that day. So that Monday, if you have boys and girls tryouts are start on that Monday, so make sure if you've got questions, give us a call, reach out to Coach Howie, Coach Burns, or myself. Coach Marksberry will get you that information, but that's always kind of a tricky day because that's the first day we can start tryouts, so our coaches like to jump in and get it going, and our kids aren't here that Monday. So I know a lot of parents take vacations over fall break, and they forget about that, so just to put that on your calendar, make sure you mark that date.
Yep. And on Wednesday evening, we will have our Fields of Faith at the football field. Thursday, our seniors will have a group photo during advisement. Yep. Also on that Thursday, there will be a social media / internet safety presentation at the middle school. There's going to be a dinner at 5:30, followed by the presentation at 6:30.
It's a great night. We have a guy from the local from Kentucky State Police that comes in. He does that program all across the state. We've sat through that. I've been through that a couple different times. If you're a parent out there, which we should all be concerned in making sure that we're providing, a safe space for our kids. Social media is something that we battle every day. It's a great program. It's a really good, it's about an hour long, maybe a little bit longer, but they're going to feed you. If you're interested in that as a parent, I would highly, highly suggest. It's a good use of your time as a parent that night. So that Thursday we have that going on with football, but yeah, get to that if you can, for sure.
It's important to know the risks. Makeup pictures for all students and staff will be Friday, October 27th. And Oktoberfest will be tomorrow.
Yes.
And a lot of our clubs, teams, and bands will be
parade
participating.
in town. Our RLTC, JRLTC is going to lead the way, presenting the colors, and band presents. It's always exciting for me. When my kids were younger, I used to always go because it was such a good time. And now I just go to support all you all. I just love seeing everybody out there and doing it. So we'll be here early in the morning and being a part of that. Now, I will say, I plan on being there, but if Seth Shelley's in contention in Bowling Green, I'm going to hit the Bowling Green in the morning. So it's kind of, Seth Shelley, no pressure, but my day tomorrow is dictated by how you do today on the golf course. So hit it well. I'd love to come down and watch him compete for a state title. So that's kind of how I'm kind of waiting to see how he does. But if he's kind of middle of the pack, or if I don't think he's got a real shot, I'll probably just stay back and support all of our kids.
Yeah.
So, but no, he'll get down there and he's got a real chance today and tomorrow. He does. I hope he plays well.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And that parade will start at 10 a.m. and go throughout town.
Yeah, they do all day. They got stuff going on all day, I think. So one of our kids here runs a food truck. I'm looking forward to getting lunch there if I can. I was talking to her yesterday about have my lunch ready. She knows what I like, so I've been there before, so she'll take care of me.
She'll have it all ready for you.
Yep.
Is there anything else you can think of?
I think that is it. We're excited. Fall break's here. Once again, get rejuvenated, get recharged, enjoy the weather, enjoy a hobby, get out and do something, turn your phones off. That's all of us. I encourage our teachers that too. We're just as addicted to cell phones as you all. That's our lives run through those things. So just set it all down and take it all in. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and that's what it's about.
Yes. Well, I hope everyone has a wonderful fall break. You're probably watching on our YouTube channel. Feel free to like and subscribe down below.
For sure.
And follow our Instagram at digitalden.schs. And thank you for joining us.
Awesome
Mr.
job. I
Phillips.
appreciate it. Thank you.